Good morning, everybody. So this is what, 3, 4 days in a row that I've done this. Yay! So you notice that what else? Oh, Billy, women can be violent too. Welcome to join us. WCBV2. Um, so thank you so much for joining me this morning. And you know what else I've done for 843 days in a row is I have not drank, which is a big deal for me. So I'm super excited about that. And it's so much more than not drinking, because as I've peeled away the layers and peeled away the layers, I've learned that it's more and more about sober living and and in your head. And so we'll get into the word today. Moderation. And I wish sometimes I wish I could have had moderation with my drinking, but I just didn't. I'm just not one of those people. So moderation, everything in moderation that actually is sound advice. And now there are things that you can take in moderation, and there are things that you just can't do in moderation. It's not even possible. For me, with the drinking, I had no off switch, and it didn't necessarily mean that I couldn't stop that day. Um, but 6 months later, if I had a beer at dinner, 6 months later, was it an everyday occurrence again for me? Um, and so that's where mine was, as it was just a long term thing. And interesting. Hmm. I've always truly felt for people that have like food addictions and shopping addictions and stuff like that, because I can just what what I have issues with, I could just stop. I can walk away from it. I mean, it's prevalent. It's everywhere. But if I don't buy it, I don't bring it into my home, I don't put it into my body, then I don't have to. I don't have to be concerned as much, right? I mean, it's just an abstinence thing. Whereas, you know, my true addiction that I'm having real grappling with right now, which is anger. Uh, there's no real moderating. I have to learn moderation, because we can't live without anger. It's not. It's part of our biological makeup. It's part of our flight, fight, flight, fight, or friend reflex. And most people have only heard of the flight or fight, but there's another one called friend, and that one's really interesting, because that's where you decide, instead of running from this person or fighting this person, you're going to make them your friend, and then you're going to be nice and they're going to be nice to you. It's an interesting one. And so it's also a manipulation technique that a lot of people use. And so I'm learning how to have moderation in my world with anger and other emotions. I've done pretty well with sadness, but um, fear is false evidence appearing real. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Um, One of my favorite, all anger is based in fear for the most part. You fear for your life, you fear for somebody else's life, you fear for your safety, you fear for your security, you fear for your ambitions. And it really all boils down to fear. And so false evidence appearing real. One of my favorites is Herbert and Dune. He has these women that are just amazing called the Van Gesserit. And they have a prayer that says, the death can kill me 1,000 times. Or fear is the little death. It can kill me 1,000 times, but death only but once. And I really like that one, because our fears can overtake us. They can cause us to be angry. They cause us to be fearful, or they can cause us to be fearful, but like also anxious, and the fear that there's always a tiger behind a rock getting ready to jump out behind you. And as you dig down and you dig deeper, you're going to find that some of these things are very old, kind of dumb. Like when I dug down and I got to some of my basic fears, I was like, oh my gosh, really? I've been carrying that around this long. I've been letting that affect my world this long. You'd be really surprised. So today, do yourself the favor and and catalog your fears. Catalog your anger. Start with your anger because a lot of times that's easier, and then you can go from your anger and then figure out the base of your fears. And you guys are always welcome to email me. You can call me. Those of you that find my phone number. Um, but women can be violent too at gmail.com, or you can add a .com onto there and go to my website, and there's a contact page. This is on my Facebook, so you can go ahead and PM me. I love you guys. I think I've taken up my 5 minutes. I didn't even put the stopwatch on today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.